Hello, friends. Hello, hello. My name is Janessa Oriel, and I am the head of seller enablement here at Sell with Amy, and I'm excited to be able to be here live with you. I wanted to be able to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to those who have reached out to us in the last week, whether it's offering support here in a comment down below, whether it's connecting with our support team to ask some questions. I really just wanted to be able to say thank you because we have had, as you can imagine, quite the week since announcing that Sell with Amy will be shutting down on August 31st. So a month and a half or so. So we have one more month end to go. We know that. We have one more beginning of the month to go. And I would love to be able to utilize this time to cheer you on as always. My number one goal is to be able to make sure that you are able to work your business and be successful, even though we know that Amy is shutting down. We have had some questions that I want to address briefly because we have some things in the works. And I mean that I mean that, for example, the number one question we're getting is there something else, right? And we want to be able to provide a recommendation. Right now, we're currently vetting and having conversations as to what the recommendations would be. So hold tight on that for sure. Selena says this really makes me so sad. This is by far the greatest CRM app available. Thank you. Hello to Rakia and Shirley and Claire. Claire was just trying to work out how to use it. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Love using Amy and as has your team. Awesome. Okay, great. So I wanted to be able just to say thank you for the grace, because as people have written in, as we know, frustrations are high, and especially for those who have relied on Amy for so long, for both you and for your teams, we recognize this is a shock and saddening. But we also I appreciate the grace being given to everybody that you connect with at Amy, as I've mentioned multiple times, is real people. So we're all real people, and we all know that our jobs are ending. And so there's a lot going on, and and so I wanted to just really put an emphasis on thank you for your grace, because we know this is not as easy as it could be. Someone said no app will compare, and Pam agreed. Yeah, I think that it's been hard to find something to replace Amy. We will have some recommendations in the future. Again, we're just vetting things, and we're having conversations to determine what's right to recommend to you. So that information is likely coming in the near future. Okay. I see. There's nothing that can be done to save it. Talking about our company, correct. There's nothing that can be done to save the company at this point. And I really appreciate those suggestions. And I know that there's been a lot of that. And I know that there's still a lot of people writing into support saying, is it real? Is it really closing? It is real, and it is really closing. Maureen says, thank you for everything you did for us. Of course, of course. It's been the best job ever, right? Being able to be here, have conversations, be able to encourage you to work your business. It's my absolutely favorite thing. Align says, how can it not be okay? Hang on a second. Where'd it go? How can it not be okay with a positive attitude such as yours? We can feed off you and move forward. You the best. Thanks. Thank you so much. Let's see. Someone said, oh, what do we do with our storefronts? So the storefronts I believe they will not link, and I will get a firm answer on that, and then make sure that I circle back here. So it'll be important to make sure that anywhere you have your storefront listed, I would suggest on August 30th or the last few days of August, I would encourage you to have that point to somewhere else. Now, up until that point, I encourage you to use the storefront because it's very, very helpful to make sure to generate activity to your shopping page, to your replicated website, whatever your company calls that website. You want to be able to keep that branded experience as long as you can, because it allows your customers to get to know you, see you as a person as opposed to what products you sell. And as you know, anybody who's been around with Amy for a long time, you know that we are all about personalization and having that ability to not necessarily only be what you sell, but instead to insert your face into the brand of what you sell as a part of you, right? So I encourage you to use your storefronts through August. I encourage you to make sure that you have it shared elsewhere and you utilize this time to share your storefronts and have your customers fill out the contact form. So when you export your data on August 31st, then you will have the ability to import that likely elsewhere, but also it's going to be accurate, right? That's the goal. Bethany said, I'm so sad to see you go. I've transitioned to Connection Point with PB. I don't know what that is. Oh, I might know what that is, which is the most similar you've found. Nothing beats the Amy app. Thank you, Christine. I really wish we could save it. I know, so sad. Thanks for it all. Love you all. I'm going to keep reading these, but I also am going to be mindful because I'm still sad, right? Becky says, this just makes me so sad. Claire's asking, can it be bought? Can we donate or pay more monthly? Thank you for that question. We've had that, that was asked last week. And at this point in time, those options are not, we've explored those options and they're not necessarily, they're not something that the company can't be saved as it is currently. But thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Sad to hear Amy's going. And then the sad crying face. I really liked that you could use it anywhere. We'll miss you. Right back at you, Fred. Why not sell the business? Wendy, we tried. Will you let us know if you figure out where you were going before the end of Amy? That's to be determined, right? Like, that's to be determined. I'm having conversations with a few different companies and things are looking positive, which is very exciting, but I don't necessarily, I don't know. I don't know yet. How's that? Okay. I promise if it's okay, then I will, but I don't know that that's something that I can do. I will find out. I feel so sad. My business grew up with Amy. They were long friends. Mickey, that's so sweet. Um, I can just envision, like you and your business or your business and Amy holding hands, like walking into the sunset or something crazy. Um, Ida says, you've grown my business. I will be forever grateful. Ida, every time I think of you, I smile because I've enjoyed watching you grow up, right? The business grow up. The purchase history doesn't go over correct. The purchase history, that unfortunately is not something that can be exported. Typically, your company has a back office system which should have your order history with them. And I recognize that the orders that may have been invoiced or from your personal inventory, there won't be a record of that, but that is, I recognize that, and unfortunately, purchase history and order sample history, I don't believe can be exported. Although I wonder, this is me wondering, I don't know if this is true. This is what happens when I'm like, what's happening? So if I hit samples, for example, I'm trying to see if I can like print from here. So I wonder if you can print from that screen or orders with like invoices and potentially print from that screen. I'm not sure. I will see if I can get an answer to that and I'll come back and drop it in the comments, okay? Yeah. I love you guys and I know you will all go on to do amazing things. Thank you. Ida says, because of Amy, I was able to walk away from my full-time job. It was a life changer. Yes. It's been what, 2 years, Ida? I think it's been maybe even longer. Man, time flies by, friends. Time flies by. Um, yes, there's lots of wishing that we could have been acquired by some parent companies. Bethany says, wishing you all the best in this transition. I can only imagine how hard this is for you all. It is. It is. It is. But we're going to be okay, right? I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Your businesses are going to be okay. Maybe this is just the shakeup that you needed to sort of like kick your business in the booty, right? You're going to go ahead and you're going to capitalize on using that contact form and get all your contacts in. I'll do a quick demo of that in a moment. And then you're going to take those contacts, you're going to apply some other system, who knows what, and then your business may take off more so than it did with Amy. I don't know. If you think of, I don't have Amy, my business is going to tank, then you're right. I used to tell my kids, whatever you think, you're right. Because sometimes you can get in a hole and kind of kick around the bottom of that hole. The goal is instead to say, okay, I'm going to be flexible. I've got some grit. I can do hard things. We're going to do some things that is going to make longer, pre-COVID, right? Oh man, time's such a jerk. I quit her job before COVID, which is cool. So it's been, I don't know, 2.5 years at least. Anyway, so is there a way to download customer info into a Google Doc? That's a great question, Rhonda. What you can do is you can export it, and I'll include instructions how to do that. And then you can actually import it. I would use import it using Google Sheets. Okay. I also have suggestions that I'm still digging on in terms of how to take your information and use it in other ways as well. So it wasn't ready for today, admittedly. Okay. Um, Let me do a quick demo on how to use your contact form, and then I will make sure to go back through the comments, answer anything that was left unsaid, make sure to link help portal articles so you have ways to apply what I'm saying here, and we'll go from there, okay? But like I said, we're working on some things to make sure that this transition, we want to utilize this time as best as possible. And again, just really wanted to say thank you for your grace. Okay, so I am on my home screen here. I'm going to make sure I'm pointing in the right spot. This is not my home screen, my account tab. So lower right hand corner, the account tab. I'm going to point to right here, which is the contact form. Contact form. I love the contact form. There's two. Event mode just means that it's going to clear after each. You want to go to the contact form proper, and we're going to go ahead and if you hit share, it'll actually tell you, give you all these options, but I'm actually going to hit view so that way we can just take a peek at it here. If you're standing next to someone, you can hand them your phone. It's going to pop this up. As people fill this out, it's going to be really smart and it's going to enter that information into Amy for you. And if that particular contact is already in Amy's wicked smart, and it'll actually merge that information for you. So you don't have to worry about having duplicates, okay? It'll just fill in the information that's new. So you'll have them fill this out. Now, if you're sharing it with a VIP group or with a party or something like that, then you're just going to share the link. So you're going to copy the link and then you'll share it anywhere you can get the internet. You can open the contact form, which is great. Fill that out, like I said, and then you'll have that particular contact's information will be up to date. I can't emphasize enough to be able to use this tool while you have it, right? Because we want to make sure that the information that you take from Amy and export out of Amy towards the end of August, ideally, is the most current information possible. As we know, there's a phrase, it's a little aggressive, but garbage data in is garbage data out. If you're entering your own phone number, for example, when you're entering orders into your back office system, when you do beep, boop, 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 then what happens is you're going to bring in information that's not ideal. So this is your opportunity to make sure that your customers can fill this out and you can stay in touch with them with whatever system you decide to use post Amy, right? And you will have the correct and up-to-date information. We want to make sure it's as accurate as possible. That said, I'm going to take a quick peek at the rest of the comments and then we will wrap it because I keep doing the longer lives, friends, and I really want to be able to make sure that they're short and sweet. So, Lisa started contact mapping. It is similar, and I'm copying and pasting all history into notes one by one because she doesn't want to lose that data. That's great. Notes do export. So, friends, you're looking at the contact form, these notes at the bottom here, notes about me, that does export. Or if we were to go back into Amy here, if we were to go into a contact, let's go into Ann Perkins. If we were to go ahead and add a note, this note will export, whatever this is, okay? Whatever you say. I don't know, we could say something about, I can't think of anything that I want to say, loves plants. Okay, that will export. And I'm going to save it without a follow-up. So notes do export. So I feel really sad for you. You look sad. I wish we could help you more. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm doing okay, friends. I know I'll be okay. And I appreciate that. And the hardest part is reading the comments and sort of feeling the feels, right? Where I'm seeing all these names that I know, like, and trust because we've built relationships here on these lives. And so recognizing that is, Jacqueline says, yes, I imported to Google Sheets because that's the only thing I know how to use. Fair point. We're probably going to my goal is to do a training on something that's super cool and I don't know how to use yet. So I'm going to learn how to use it and then I'll share it once we have that ready to go. Excellent. So yes, no, Claire, no, I'm good. No, I'm happy. Okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out for all of us. I promise. Okay. Thanks, friends. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week. Like I said, we've got some things in the works, and once they're ready, I'll share them. If they're ready in advance of a Thursday, maybe I'll go live in advance of a Thursday, but I really like deadlines, so I might just wait till next Thursday. We'll figure it out. Okay. Any additional questions, please drop them below, or feel free to connect with our support and be very nice to them, please. Our email for support is support@amy.co, not .com. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, friends.